With 10 albums certified at least gold, Kanye West is undeniably one of the greatest artists of our century. For years now, I have immersed myself in the lore that is Kanye West. I've listened to his projects countless times and take pride in the knowledge and passion I've gained around his music. Kanye West has created a diverse discography that has turned heads and changed the sound of the music industry. In this speech, I will go over his 10 solo albums, including The College Dropout, Late Registration and Graduation, 808s and Heartbreak, and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Yeezus, The Life of Pablo and Ye, and Jesus is King, Donda, and Donda 2. First, the College Trilogy, which includes The College Dropout, Late Registration, and Graduation. The College Dropout was released in 2004. It took 4 years to make and was entirely produced by Kanye West himself. It has over 500 million streams on Spotify alone. Next came Late Registration, which was released in 2005. It featured Kanye's now signature style of production, dubbed Chipmunk Soul. It has over 712 million streams on Spotify. He ended the College Trilogy with Graduation. It was released in 2007 and featured artists such as Chris Martin from U2 and Lil Wayne. It has over 1 billion streams on Spotify alone. But with the death of Kanye's mother, Donda, and new controversies popping up around him seemingly all the time, Kanye's music would embark on a new era. Next came 808s and Heartbreak and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. 808s and Heartbreak was released in 2008 after the death of Kanye's mother, Donda West, and an ending of a bad engagement. This sparked a soulful and introspective singing album, which was drastically different than all of Kanye's past works. It was recorded in Hawaii in just 3 weeks and has over 400 million streams. He released My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy in 2010. Many expected Kanye to flop before this album because of a controversy surrounding Taylor Swift. But this album has risen to the heights of being widely regarded as one of the best hip-hop albums of all time. And Kanye brought artists together from all over the world to Hawaii for months on end to record this album. It has over 1 billion streams on Spotify. With such a monumental and classic album that was My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, many wondered how Kanye would follow. And he followed with Yeezus, The Life of Pablo, and Ye. Yeezus was released in 2013. It's a highly experimental album and was condensed from over 100 tracks to just 10, with heavily acclaimed producer Rick Rubin. It has just under 700 million streams on Spotify. He followed with The Life of Pablo in 2016. The Life of Pablo was actually released multiple times in 2016, each time with a more finished version of the project. There was a large tour for the album that ended early with Kanye in the hospital for mental health issues. It has just under 2 billion streams on Spotify. Next came Ye in 2018. Ye was produced with heavily acclaimed producer Mike Dean and was recorded on Kanye's private ranch in Wyoming. It has just under 500 million streams. After such chaotic years, it definitely appeared that Kanye needed some reform. This came, surprising to some, in the form of a spiritual reawakening. Kanye declared himself a devout Christian, and thus his music would be gospel-themed as well. These albums next were called Jesus is King, Donda, and Donda 2. Jesus is King released in 2019, and Kanye heavily collaborated with the Sunday Service Choir, which is a gospel choir that Kanye himself formed. It is a gospel album, and it was originally titled Yandi, but then that Yandi album was scrapped and reworked into Jesus is King, so that it would have more of a gospel-centered theme. It has just under 1 billion streams on Spotify. Next came Donda in 2021. Donda is named after Kanye West's late mother. It has predominantly Christian lyricism and over 2 billion streams on Spotify. Next was Donda 2 in 2022. Donda 2 released exclusively on Kanye West's STEM player and not on any streaming services. The STEM player was a speaker that Kanye made that had all the songs on it. This led to a lot of tracks being leaked on the internet. It's now plain to see that Kanye West has constructed a diverse discography that has turned heads and changed the sound of the music industry. We went over the College Trilogy, which consists of The College Dropout, Late Registration, and Graduation, 808s and Heartbreak, and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Yeezus, The Life of Pablo, and Ye, and Jesus is King, Donda, and Donda 2. But how will Mr. West continue to evolve? I guess the only thing we can do is sit back and watch. Thank you.